All right, today we're going to take a look at Go Find Spend, which is the augmented reality fundraising game. And here in the United States, just to take a peek at it, we have 4,500 potential markets, plus or minus. And these are markets that are between about 6,000 on the small end and then about 25,000 on the higher end. And we've included towns of 50,000 or 25 to 50,000 and basically divided them in two because there's usually in a town that size a north, south, east, west, that sort of thing. What's important to note is that we do not include cities over 50,000 because at that point they sort of lose their cohesion, if you will, their community culture. They become part of a more metropolitan type of feel. This game is ideally designed for towns with sort of a smaller town cohesion, where there's fundraisers that can be taking place for the entire community or the east-west. Now that, of course, does include suburbs of metropolitan areas that have a community cohesion. And if you'll notice, what we have is we have all the states, and within each state there are a certain number that meet this criteria. However, for our pilot program, what we've decided to do is do 4 active pilot program markets, and these 4 markets are in Winter Park, Florida, Kingston, New York, Alexandria, Minnesota, and Golden, Colorado. And truth be told, the reason for these markets is because they're markets where I have a little bit of influence and the ability to have people who are early adopters get involved with us. So moving forward on this then, the games were I a player, Go Find Spend, you look at the game locations and you would see that there are the 4 locations, and if you tap on or click on, let's say, Alexandria, you'll see that there's a little video and there's a place where a link where you can register to become a player. And the video typically is going to be something that is created by the nonprofit with local people.
Alexandria, Minnesota, at the Chamber of Commerce with Connie McKay. Connie, thanks for having us up here.
Thank you very much, Andy.
What's all that people?
So, for example, the game locations in Alexandria, Minnesota would have perhaps the Chamber of Commerce or the Arts Group or that sort of thing, the nonprofit. Okay? And so when people click on that, they can then, again, register to play. And when they do, here's an example. This is a placeholder in Alexandria, Minnesota of the nonprofit. And there's a video sort of explaining the nonprofit. Again, this can be customized to the nonprofit, or it can just simply be one of their pieces on YouTube, that sort of thing. A little explanation of what they do. Then the player registers by providing their email name. They select a player name that they'll use for the game, the year they were born, if they're 18 years or older, that sort of thing. Male, female, the type of technology, where they found us, and then the terms and conditions, and then they submit that and they get a validating email from us. And now they can do that either off of the game locations. They can also just directly register in those particular towns, and then once they do, they get an account set up. In this particular case, TestDF was the test account that we set up, and you can see the Go Find Spend in Alexandria. This is accessed directly by the player. It shows the number of players, the number of businesses, the amount donated thus far, the in-kind value donated, the spendables balance of each of those people, and we'll go into that a little bit here. If you go to your account page, you can also see the player page, and that, a little picture of yourself. It's where you install either the Google Play or the iTunes app, so you can go out and play the game. And then once you start collecting spendables, you can deposit them by using the secret word, the image key, and if there's a multiplier, we call them spend maximables, and that's the way that works. You can also then access the bank, which tells you how many spendables you have, and the way it works is once you've submitted those keywords, then it shows that, for example, here, beautiful is the name of a funster, 250 spendables, the secret word was given, it was found, there's a multiplier of 1 on the spend maximables, and so it gives you a running up balance that is built as you're finding funsters. And there's 100 funsters, actually 101 out in play. And so this person has found 4,500. They've found 7 spendable funsters, and they've accumulated 4,500 spendables. And then this shows that on an ongoing basis, the things that they've bought at the spending events and the amount carried forward, and so on and so forth. So that's the way the program, the Spendables program works. And from there, let's take a look at the game itself. And this is shows sort of who's presenting it. Our little one of our little projects is called Fun Finder, and Go Find Spend is the game presented. And here it's there's a little video explaining things, some graphics. Funsters out getting. There's a funster giving money to the virtual money to the spendable bank. It allows them to buy things and to help local charities. So it's a very straightforward game, much simpler than people give it credit for, I think, at this point. And here's the thing. We can talk about businesses growing their business, but not today. Also job opportunities and other opportunities, connection points, blogs, that kind of thing. But today we want to talk about the raising money part of it. And the reason is because, here's about a 10-minute overview of the game for fundraising people. Again, explanations of how it works, what it means for the nonprofit. It's exclusive, it's evergreen year to year, it's ongoing, and it's also engaging. But for today's game, or today's presentation, what I really wanted to get to was that people can experience augmented reality demonstrated. And so there's a little demo here on the game page, and it says follow these simple steps to demonstrate the game's augmented reality. And so the first thing is they open the page and go to Google Play by tapping here and downloading the app. And when they open the application, it'll ask for their location and so on and so forth. But Wikitude is the engine, it's the technology that we're using with our Android and iTunes applications. We're very excited about that. This is probably being seen by those folks, and hopefully they'll be very excited to see it as well. And then once it's downloaded and opened, then you point it to the image below. It is a trial at this point, and a funster, animated character, or perhaps a person will pop up on the screen, augmenting the reality that they see, and simply by either pointing it to the picture or going to a geographical area where floating pins appear on the screen, and that's when you've gone out to find locations, funsters at locations. And then basically once that happens, and we'll demonstrate it here, you get a presentation, someone talks to you, and also you can tap or click the icon, and it takes you to the location where you can then deposit the spendables. And that's the way that works.
All right, we've jumped over to our phone and tablet for this demonstration, and we see through the camera lens of the phone, just recording this, follow these steps to demonstrate the game's augmented reality. Open this page on your phone and tablet and go to Google Play, which I've done on my tablet here, and you can see I have Google Play, little icon that I tap on, and then what will happen is Google Play then opens up, and you'll see that you can find games by searching, and if I put Google Play, you type it in there, Go Find Spend, I should say, and then all the games come up, all the various local games, and we're going to do this local game here. It's already been installed. Normally you'd install it, but I've already installed it. It takes just a moment, and then you open it up, and what you're going to see is the engine for Wikitude that shows us how it works, and then you see the world itself through the camera, okay? And we're seeing the screen, reality screen, augmented reality through the camera, same screen. And so that's the way that works. Now, what's going to happen now is when we scroll down to the picture, because basically what it's telling us is scroll down and and the augmented reality will appear. And so what we do is we go down to the picture,
And players get involved for a number of reasons. Number one,
and there I am in augmented reality by taking a look through that picture.
organization, as well as collecting virtual money, sort of like a treasure hunt, so that they can then go and spend them at spending events that are also community gatherings where everybody gets together and has a great time, where there's a big...
Now the other thing you'll notice is that if I go in, it gets bigger, and I find that I can tap on this, and then the game takes you from the Funster directly to the your login page on your player page, and from there you can log in and deposit your spendables.
I'm Funster Nina, and you found me. Your treasure is 500 spendables. To bank them, enter the secret word, which is bacon.
Again, it's a very simple approach that we take, and we try to keep it as straightforward and fun as possible. And we're ready to go in your particular community. So let's talk it over. Let's build a great game and have a lot of fun together.
And there you have it.